Alright, I'm going to use this particular statistics issue as a chance to practice working with some software I'll be using later on the semester in one of the music classes that I'm teaching. So this may or may not be amazing, and it may or may not work, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Okay, so let's say that we have a reading aptitude test that we want to find out whether there's any interaction between freshmen in high school, sophomores in high schools, juniors, etc. So we have our two different tests. We have our year, our two different variables. We have our year and we have our test. Okay. So in putting those in, we have two different groups of data. Now let's say in our sample we have 5 students in each grade. So going to code freshmen as 1 since it's their first year of high school. Sophomores as 2. And let's make sure we have 5. Juniors as 3s. And seniors as 4s. Okay, now I need to enter in my scores. Keep in mind that this data is something I'm making up completely on the spot. It's more to show how to make the program work than it is to show exactly what happens in the interaction between two things. Point scale is 1 to 100 on this reading comprehension exam. Okay, so now that we have our scores listed in, so we have our scores and our data put into the file, we need to make sure that we're going to be able to do a few of our tests. So if we go up to Analyze, click Analyze. If we want to get just the descriptive statistics, go down to Descriptives, over to Descriptives, click, then you should see this box. Make sure both variables get in the box, and then you can choose in Options what you want. And for the purposes of this, let's just go ahead and get a whole lot of different things. Okay, then by clicking Paste, boom, we now have a syntax file that's opened up with that information. Likewise, if we want to run our ANOVA, we're going to go down to Compare Means, since that's what our one-way ANOVA is going to do, is compare the means of all these different things. Now, which one is the variable that we're changing, that we control? I guess to some extent, that we've chosen. And that's going to be our year. And the test is going to be our dependent variable. We can also add a post-hoc test to be able to find out information about which ways worked with which. And in Options, this is where we can get our mean plot and our descriptives for this as well. Okay? Clicking Paste will also put it into the syntax. Then all you have to do is run all, and then you will get descriptives for each of the separate groupings, your one-way ANOVA with all of the means for each ways, standard deviation, standard errors, your confidence intervals, okay, significance, yes or no between groups, and then your post hoc to see how each individual group interacted. Okay. And last but not least, your means plots. So that's just how to navigate the computer program on this one-way ANOVA, and we'll see if this actually works just for future reference for myself.